Well, hello everyone. So today we're going to talk about cooking with essential oils. I do a lot of cooking with essential oils and I actually get a lot of questions about it. So I thought I would do a little PowerPoint presentation about essential oils and the safety of using them when you're cooking. Um, there's so many diverse uses for essential oils. They natural, they're used as a natural repellent. There's the list can go on and on and on. I use essential oils for so many things, and one of the things you can do with them is cook with them. You might be wondering, what are the benefits of cooking with essential oils? Well, there are many reasons why you might want to cook with essential oils. One is to add flavoring. Actually, that's the most important one, is to add flavoring. Um, Also to experience the internal benefits of oils, the essential oils, and to use natural ingredients in your cooking, and also for convenience. They add flavor. They're potent. They're actually the lifeblood of the plant. They're perfect for adding flavor to your favorite foods and beverages. And unlike other ingredients, only a tiny amount of essential oils is needed to add powerful flavor to any dish. With citrus, herb, mint, floral, and spice oil, there are endless options for adding a unique twist of flavor to your food. It's also got internal benefits, which internal usage is one of the most popular ways to enjoy essential oils. By adding the oils to your food and drinks, you're not only providing more flavor, but you can simultaneously enjoy the internal benefits of that particular oil, depending on the oil that you use, of course. And you can reap internal benefits like support the body systems, antioxidant support, digestive support, internal cleansing, and more. Using essential oils while cooking provides a unique way to experience the benefits of essential oils. So now that we've talked about some of the benefits of using essential oils in your cooking, some of you might be wondering, is putting essential oils in your food really safe? Now, if you were new to essential oils, the idea of consuming them internally or putting them in your food might seem strange. However, internal use is in fact safe. um, Historical use. While you might be, how do I put this? Okay, so it really depends on the quality of the oil you're using. You need to have a high quality. A high tested grade essential oil is the only oil that you can use for cooking. You can't just go and buy any oil in any store. If you read the labels, they say do not consume. Please trust that. If it says do not consume, do not consume. doTERRA, every batch of oil is tested, therapeutic tested grade oil. They're safe. There are some that are not to be used internally, and they will have a label on it that says do not use internally, like Arborvitae, cedarwood, cypress, Douglas fir, eucalyptus, spikenard. Some of these oils you do not want to use internally. Essential oils are already a part of our diet, and they are taken from the plants, the seeds, the fruits, the roots, and other sources, many of which are likely already part of your diet in some form or another. Because essential oils are already apparent in small amounts throughout our diets, our bodies are equipped to process them. Keep in mind, our bodies can only handle oils in proper amounts, okay? So you don't want to overdo it. We will talk a little bit more about how to use oils in cooking, but it's so important to use a high quality tested grade essential oils for a safe consumption, okay? As previously stated, not all oils are created equal. doTERRA essential oils are safe to use in cooking because they've been carefully monitored at every step of the production process and thoroughly tested for any possible contaminants or harmful substances. They have no synthetics in them. And because not always essential oil companies use this kind of quality assurance system, you must remember that it is wise to use only high quality, well-tested essential oils when you're cooking. And again, not all oils are safe to consume. So you'll want to check the labels for sure. But we'll talk about the ones that you can use in cooking. And again, I use them all the time. Adding essential oils to your recipe is a perfect way to add more flavor to a dish or to put a unique twist on an old flavor. How you use essential oils in your cooking will depend on your personal flavor preferences, what kind of food you're making, and which essential oils you're using, basically. And however, it is still extremely easy to use essential oils to transform any dessert, entree, meat, beverage into something special. So we'll talk about a few of the best practices of cooking with essential oils, how to use essential oils when cooking with heat, and what kind of cookware to use, and how to determine how much of an essential oil you're going to use in a recipe. Now, because of their chemical makeup, essential oils will evaporate when exposed to heat. Okay? So many people worry that adding essential oils to a recipe that will be exposed to heat will lessen the flavor or the efficacy of the oil. The less heat an essential oil is exposed to, the more flavor it's going to have and retain. So it is best to add the oil at the end of cooking, if possible. It's not always possible. If you need to add essential oils before you steam, bake, simmer, whatever, cook, add a larger amount. While some oils flavors will be steamed out or baked out, adding a larger amount will ensure that a portion of the flavor remains. If you are adding the oil at the end of the cooking process, you would add a much smaller amount. Now, because essential oils are powerful, it's best to avoid using plastic cookware when you're using especially certain essential oils. And I'll tell you why. I always do a test when I'm, doing a workshop in person, and I use a lemon oil and I'll put it on a styrofoam cup or plate. And within seconds, you'll start to see it erode the styrofoam. Or I would, blow up a balloon and put a drop of lemon oil on the balloon and it would just pop. It breaks down, especially the citrus oils will break down phytoplastics. That's why it's a great detox when you're using that internally. And I love to put a few drops of lemon essential oil daily throughout the day in my water and just drink it because it's going to detox and get rid of those microplastics that are in your body. And you want to definitely protect your cookware. Same thing when you're drinking water. Don't use a plastic water bottle. Use a stainless steel or use a glass, especially if you're going to add an essential oil to it. Perhaps the trickiest part of cooking with essential oils is knowing how much to use in a recipe. I would say it is the trickiest part. There are a lot of options when it comes to measurements, but it depends on your preferences, the type of food you're making, the type of oil you're using, how many servings you plan on making, because there's so many variables. Cooking with essential oils takes quite a bit of experimentation and trial and error. And the amount of oil you use to add to your food will vary depending on the recipe as well and your own flavor preferences. I like mega flavor, so I love to use a full drop of essential oils or several drops. But if you want more of a milder flavor, you won't want to start that way. To help you get a general idea of how to determine the amount of oil to use or what you should add to a recipe, I'm going to go over a few guidelines. So one of the ways to use it, and you can see in the photograph here, is to use the toothpick method. And because essential oils are so potent, it only takes a tiny drop to add serious flavor. So if you're adding it to a salad dressing or, a marinade or whatever, you might want to just use this method. So you would dip the toothpick in the oil and then stir that in the food, and then you would taste the food. And then if you want some more, add another drop. That way you will get to know how much oil that until you get the flavor that you want, just because it is potent. And some of the most potent oils are basil, cassia, cinnamon, clove, thyme, oregano, cumin. You'll definitely want to start with the toothpick method, okay? Because it's just going to give so much flavor. Um, you'll start to know how much essential oils to add. And again, there's so many different variables. So for many recipes, adding an entire drop of oil, even several drops of oil, is completely fine. Just remember, once you've added the essential oils to your recipe, your food, your drink, you can't take it back. So you want to start small. All right, so experiment and start small. When you are first getting started with the cooking using the essential oils, it can be really overwhelming to determine which oils to add to your recipe because there's so many different types of oils and an endless amount of flavor, combinations, okay? So let's go over a few different categories of essential oils and how you can use them in your cooking. One that I really love to use in my cooking are the citrus oils, and I use these a lot in salad dressings and dips and so forth. And so citrus oils include bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, lime, tangerine, wild orange. Citrus oils tend to provide a bright, sweet, tangy, and refreshing flavor to food and drinks, and they make a lovely addition to beverages. I love to add them like to my water, to tea, to just to give me a sort of tangy, fresh flavor. And again, I drink it throughout the day in my lemon water. I have a beautiful recipe for what do you call it? Cranberries, when I make cranberry sauce, and I use wild orange because a lot of those recipes will call for orange juice. Wild orange, just a drop or two of the oil is incredible. It just gives it so much. So any recipe that calls for a lemon zest or lime zest, you can substitute for lemon oil or lime oil easily. Then there are the spice oils, and this would be peppermint, sorry, they would be, is there peppermint? No, that wouldn't be a spice oil. I think more black pepper, cassia, cinnamon, coriander, ginger, and fennel. And these tend to provide a herbal, fresh, warm, sharp flavor to whatever you're making. And these oils work for both sweet and savory dishes and are especially popular with flavoring meat and vegetables. Then there's the herbal oils like basil, cilantro, marjoram, oregano, rosemary, thyme. And these oils are extremely popular for cooking because not only can they use for flavor in your Italian dishes, meats, breads, pastas, and soups, but they can be easily substituted for actually dry or fresh herbs. Then we have our floral oils. And our floral oils would include, let's see, geranium, lavender, chamomile. We've got a vanilla. And these oils especially are great for teas and baked goods like cakes and cookies and scones. I like to add in scones, I have lavender, Earl Grey, recipe. It gives a really beautiful flavor. I use a little bergamot and lavender, and it just is incredible. We also have the mint oils, and the cool, minty, refreshing flavor of mint oils makes them useful for a number of foods and beverages. Mint flavors go well with certain kinds of meats, like lamb. I make a nice mint sauce using the mint essential oil, and with that, you really only need one drop because it is very, very powerful. Um, it's popular for teas. I make my own peppermint tea with a drop of oil, some honey, and hot water. And wow, the peppermint tea is like you've never had peppermint tea like that, like like this. So you've got to try that. It's good for, I make chocolate mint brownies. It's good for mint cookies and just any creative mint flavored recipe you can think of. It's a great alternative. So using peppermint or spearmint, anything like that. Now that you've had a better idea of what kind of oils go best with certain foods and drinks, I'd like to give you a few recipes that can help you get started with cooking with essential oils. And these recipes are pretty simple and provide a wonderful way to add flavor. So as I click through them, you can stop, screenshot, save them, write them down, do whatever, but they're easy, and it'll be very helpful for getting started with using essential oils in your cooking. They're great in beverages, and here's a ginger pear green green smoothie, and you can see all the ingredients there. Delicious, very delicious. I do a chocolate shake as well, and I add peppermint. Really good. Again, you can use them in marinades, and here we have a recipe for a marinade. The oils that you can use in a marinade. Baked goods. Here's one for apple cinnamon cake, and this one's delicious. I've tried this recipe. It's so good. Okay, and just one drop of cinnamon bark oil just makes an amazing, amazing difference with adding flavor. You'll want to try that. All right. Adding essential oils to your favorite cake, cookie, brownies, scones, breads, cupcake recipe is a really fun way to give a tried and true recipe a little extra flavor. So don't be afraid to experiment. Remember, when you add essential oils to a batter or dough, much of the flavor will be cooked out when the mixture is exposed to heat. Okay, remember that? So it's okay to add a little extra when using the essential oils in your baked goods to ensure that some of the flavor will remain. And that here's a delicious, healthy recipe for cinnamon apple cake. Consider printing out the recipe for the apple cinnamon cake so that, or actually, I'm going to give you a link of where to get it. Here's another recipe for dips and some soups and salt. Yeah. Salsas, you can use it in. You can use it in salads. It's great for making salad dressings. And here's a great recipe for a vinaigrette with a drop of lime in it. It's great for seasonings. I actually make, this past Christmas, I made some seasoned salts and gave them away, just basically adding these oils to sea salt and putting them in a little jar. And it just gives so much flavor. It is so great for seasonings and for rubs. Here's one for essential oil flavored sugar. It's you can use it over in your coffee, in your oatmeal or lemonade, or just even sprinkling over toast. Really, really, really good. So that is it on cooking with essential oils. If you want to get a comprehensive look of everything that we've talked about, check out doTERRA's free ebook called Cooking with Essential Oils. And just go on Google and say doTERRA Cooking with Essential Oils. You can find it on doTERRA.com. And just put in the search cooking with essential oils. It'll come up and it'll be great. You can also find more essential oil recipes on the doTERRA's product blog, and you'll find that there at doTERRA.com. If you got any questions, just hit me up. But I really encourage you to experiment with cooking with essential oils. I'm using essential oils in cooking or drinking my smoothie or making salad dressing. I use it every day. And again, there's so many amazing health benefits to doing that. So um, try it and let me know. I really want to know your thoughts. And so